Hey gamers, if you're a fan of the show Wednesday and you've always been big on a little game of deductive Clue, then you'll want to check out Clue Wednesday Edition. Let's take a look at how this game plays. In this game, players will be moving their character pawns around the board to go to different locations and try and guess who is going to be attacked by the Hyde, where they are going to be attacked, and what weapon can be used to stop the Hyde. Each person has their own character with their own unique ability that they can use once during the game, and then they'll just flip it over so they still have their character card but cannot use that ability again. And of course, they'll start with a hand of cards that they can mark off because they know that they are not in the envelope with the solution, and then they might have to show players their cards during the game, but they'll want to be strategic in what they are showing them when, so that hopefully they can keep as much information to themselves as possible. On your turn, you will roll the dice, and then you will be able to move up to that many spots to hopefully get into a room and start making guesses. When you roll a question mark, you are also able to draw an intrigue card if you would like to. The same applies if you land on a question mark on the board, or if when somebody is making a guess and they call your name and bring you into the room, you are also allowed to draw an intrigue card for that. Intrigue cards might be different action cards, which you can sometimes have to play immediately and sometimes be able to save until a later time when it is more beneficial to you. And some of them will be hide cards, where they are just basically a timer for the game. If the 8th one comes out on your turn, the game ends for you and you will not be able to make a guess for the final solution, and then it gets reshuffled back into the deck, and if it comes out again, all players lose and no one will be able to make that final guess and win. So again, people are going to be dragging other characters into their rooms, and as well as the weapons, and be making guesses and marking things on their sheet as they see appropriate, and ultimately are trying to find the solution, one of each thing, get back to the center, and then make that final guess so that you can open up the envelope, make your guess, and hopefully win the game. If you are wrong, you are out, but still have to answer questions, but if you are right, you will win the game. Overall, I enjoyed this edition of Clue. I am a big fan of the show Wednesday. I definitely binged watched that when it came out, looking forward to season 2, and I've always been a pretty big fan of Clue in general. I have a couple of different editions of the game that all kind of have their own unique vibe to them, and this one is just the same. This one has some variable player powers, which I don't think I've seen in too many Clues, but to be fair, I have not played every edition of Clue that is out there. I like the variable player powers in this. I also like the board. It felt tighter than a lot of other Clue boards, which I liked because it is still a roll and move game, so you can have those really bad turns where you're rolling like a 2 or a 3, and it's just not fun to get stuck and not be able to get to different rooms and things like that. I like that there is a little bit of a variant to make it playable at 2 players, because I've usually thought of Clue as a higher player count game. I do prefer it with more, but it is nice that that option is available as well. I wish the insert was a little bit better. It doesn't seem to really fit the components that go into this game, but overall, if you like Clue and if you like Wednesday, then you might want to check this one out and just add it to your collection. You can check out my full thoughts on the blog today.